Y'all, I know I've been looking rough, but this is my rest time before I head out and go to work. So y'all have to excuse. I'm not dressing up and making myself, because you don't need all that. The message is more important. I know I just said a word or two, but I want us to understand because we have fallen into a pit of thinking and believing that stuff happens overnight, and it doesn't. Nothing happens overnight. And again, I'm not downplaying and I'm not saying that those who have achieved the things that they have achieved, they haven't achieved them. But what I am saying is it doesn't happen overnight. If people would really lay out the timeline that it took for them to reach the goal that they reached, then you would know it wasn't as easy as they thought. There was some learning curves, there was some bumps and some bruises, some ups, some downs, some ins and out before they arrived to that destination. And in some situations, some people went homeless and hungry in that situation. But while you're doing the things that you're doing, you still got to live. You still got to live. And a lot of stuff starts with the mind. And your mental can put you in a place that you really don't understand. It can cause you to stagnate. It can cause you to stop. It can cause you to be discouraged. So you have to get your mindset together. And it's not easy because every effort that you put forth and you try, when it don't work out the way you want it to work out, it is a deterrent. And we got to be honest with ourselves. We can't find ourselves in circumstances and situations and think it's going to be fixed overnight because it's not. We also have to realize that God's timing is not our timing, right? Everything happens in individual times. Just do your research on millionaires. How many times they filed bankruptcy? How many times they was told no before they heard a yes? Or how many years it took before they succeeded? Use your Tabitha Browns for example. Her success didn't happen overnight, but she kept being persistent. Understand what I'm saying? I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to give out. As I talk to you, I talk to myself because it's a struggle for me at times. Times I want to give up. Times I say this is not working. And we also have to understand everything that we try to do does not come with a free price tag. Some things come with a cost. And if you're not in the position where you have the budget to do those things, that's another hindrance. So my suggestion to you is to do whatever you can do for free and use that to your advantage. Don't worry about the cameras. Use your phone until you can't use it anymore. Do what you can. Record the way you can, create content the way you can until you can be better. Some of us want to start like, I want to be here. That's not how that works. It's not how it works. You have to start from the bottom and work your way up. As I give the analogy of a baby. Babies start in the womb, they start in the lap, then they crawl, then they try to walk, and then eventually they get on a solid foundation. So whatever you endeavor to do, however you do it, it's not going to be an overnight success. You're going to have some sleepless nights. You're going to have some tears that you're going to cry. I'm just telling you. It is what it is. I'm being honest with you, and you have to be honest with yourself. The question is, are you strong enough to endure? Can you persist even when your back is against the wall? These affiliate programs, these influencer programs comes with guidelines, what people need to tell you. Even YouTube has a guideline. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours before you can make any money. And they still come with guidelines. This platform come with guidelines. And if you get any kind of violation, it deters you from meeting your guidelines and getting to the program that you need to get to make money. See, you need to understand how it works before you can just jump up and think that tomorrow I'm going to be an overnight success. That's not how it works. Even you have entities that say they will help push your content forward. Is that really the case? No, it's not. So stop believing all the hype and know that it's going to take some work on your part to get where you need to be. But what you have to do is believe in yourself, right? All the time, it's not going to require you to get on here in your faces. You just got to be honest and transparent with the people. Tell the truth. I wish a lot of content creators would tell the real story of how they struggled to get to where they were. How long did it actually take you to succeed, to live the lifestyle that you're living? What was the hurdles you had to go through? What was the learning curves you had to go through? Then people will know. The second part to this, if people don't support, they don't buy into you, they don't buy your product, then you're still not going to move in the speed that you think you're going to move. So don't go to bed tonight thinking that tomorrow, yeah, I'm going to make that money. No. Let me give you a reality check. No, you're not going to make that money tomorrow. You're not. There are your stand stores, there are your Shopifys, there are your websites, there are your social media platforms. There are a lot of outlets out here for you to make money, but you got to build. You got to work it. You got to be persistent. You cannot go on the platform today and then go back next month and think you're going to do something. You need to build an audience. You need to build an audience that believes in you. You need to build support that's going to support what you're doing. And it's not as easy as people make it to be. I'm just being honest. I'm being real. I got every platform there is to have. And even some of the followers to grow is a struggle. Because if these platforms don't push your stuff out to people, guess what? That's a deterrent. That's why you see people posting more and more and more and more and more. And sometimes, even in that, people get tired of you hitting their feed and they pull back. They unfollow you. So let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's be upfront. Your e-commerce people who say they're doing all this, they're not as honest as you would like them to be. And then at the end, the part that blows me, once you get to where you are and once you leverage, once you learn how it works, then you want to teach it to somebody else, but you want to charge $3,000. And if I'm struggling, and my goal is to try to get where you at, I ain't got no $3,000. I don't even have a good $50. So what can you do for me on a basic level that will get my foot in the door where I can start to make the money? And as I make the money, then I can scale up and invest more in myself. But if I'm struggling from scratch, ain't no way in hell I'm coming out the door. I got mortgage, I got rent, I got car note. I'm going to give you $3,000 and I'm going to make myself homeless. That's not how that works. It's not. So what we need to be is honest. And I'm not coming on here being pretty, giving y'all a story, because y'all need to see the real ugly side so you can understand the realities of life. And they are real. Hear me when I'm saying.